Darren Flindell for the opener.
Here on the Kenzo track, and we're ready to go. Right on, day one of the championships on a beautiful sunny day, and Rosalind Star flew out from the wide draw and is going to lead. He's Done Hot 2, bounced out well second, and Espionage goes to third. Then Hallett from Extreme Diva, and Trafalgar Square's last of all. Nash is happy to sit wide here on Rosalind Star, staying well off the fence. He's Done Hot 2 pushing through, and Espionage between the pair. 3 lengths away to Hallett, 2 off to Extreme Diva, and Trafalgar Square sees them all, so He's Done Hot 2 pushing through on the rails, takes a narrow lead from Rosalind Star, staying 3 out. Espionage is just spying on the leaders in third, followed by Hallett, Extreme Diva and Trafalgar Square. He's Done Hot 2, hard pressed on the rails, swings the corner 2, 3 in front of Rosalind Star, and in came Espionage, and further back to Extreme Diva. Leader's getting tired now. Rosalind Star giving his head together with Espionage, and a good battle on now. Rosalind Star the outside of Espionage. Espionage takes the lead now at the 100, starting to draw clear, and the first favourites home. Espionage pulls away to win by 3 to Rosalind Star. Hallett got up to run third in front of Extreme Diva, then Trafalgar Square, and He's Done Hot 2 was last in.
Adrian Bott, isn't it nice to be at Randwick?
Oh, well and truly. Sun's out. It's who would have thought?
Yeah, and isn't it nice to get Espionage back on track and back into that winners list?
Yeah, well and truly. Look, obviously the timing didn't work for him with the Golden Slipper, and this is a nice consolation for him just to showcase his class today. I think obviously on the testing track it may not have been his ideal conditions, but having that horse with the fitness and the foundation there, I think that certainly helped.
He's learning too. He was a bit field shy the other day, but then when Rosalind Star was coming in on him, he straightened up and concentrated.
Yeah, look, Tommy was able to position him perfectly today. He was able to sort of keep him in a nice rhythm throughout the run, and he settled lovely and was able to show his class late.
What do you do with him now?
Without speaking to James, I think that's enough for him this preparation. Wanted to obviously get to the slipper, and I think that was going to be the end of it for him, but he's done enough this campaign, focus on the sharp races for those early 3-year-olds. I think I could see him developing into a lovely Coolmore horse.
Lady of Camelot, you couldn't start her here today?
Just was a little bit concerned with the track conditions that were put out, and I guess certain aspects of the track when we had to make the call at that early stage of the morning, but I guess a little bit easier. The Percy Sykes is just around the corner, which is a very suitable race for us, so a little bit easier to make the call there in that regard. But everything's fine, but just the track conditions.
Great. Well done today.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Tommy. It's always great to start the day with a win. He's not the finished product yet.
No, he isn't. He's very raw, and he's had a couple of unlucky runs and still doing a little bit wrong. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit worried about how worked he got before the start. But he's been up a long time. He was obviously primed to run in a slipper and then missed out on that day. So great effort by Adrian and Gay to get him here today. And that tick over trial, that 1200 back to 1100 on this heavy deck, I think proved the winning move.
Right on, mate.
Cheers.
On. Set to go 2,600 metres, the chairman's quality. Racing now, Mars a bit missed the start, Verona a bit sluggish, and Loft taken back. Now Hopeful's jumped away pretty well together with Double Cherry, and they vie for the lead. Stockman a lot closer today on the outside of Zagallo, followed by Funambulist, who's buried on the rails early on the inside of Verona. Circle of Fire tugging along back in the field. Mars a bit's pulling his head off, and a gap back to So Dazzling and Loft. So Double Cherry at a sedate speed, out by a length and a half to Hopeful, and the roughie Zagallo is leaders back third. A length further back to Stockman, 2 off then to Verona on the outside of Funambulist. Then came Circle of Fire, is right on the back of the other favourite. Mars a bit third last the fence, and the last 2 So Dazzling, and Loft, who has drawn the outside, has taken down to the rail, smothered up last of all. So Double Cherry has the lead all on his own at the 1,800 metres by 2 lengths on Hopeful. A similar margin to Zagallo, and Stockman without cover. He's a real mudlark, Stockman, and he's a bit closer in the run today. Followed then by Verona is right on his coattails on the outside of Funambulist. Circle of Fire's pulling back in the field. The pace has been fairly sedate, and Circle of Fire's over racing on the outside of Mars a bit. And then came Loft and So Dazzling. So down the back straight they go now. 1,400 metres to run. Double Cherry may have quickened the pace a little bit at this point. 3 lengths clear now from Hopeful. Stockman goes to a clear third from Zagallo. Verona into 5th. Further back to Funambulist from Circle of Fire, who's back 4th last and has been a bit keen in the first half of the race. Then came Mars a bit from So Dazzling, and Loftus still the last one. In this order they go now at the 1,000 metres, and Double Cherry, a last start winner at Wyong, leads by 3 lengths on Hopeful. Then Stockman into a clear third. Further back to Zagalo on the inside of Verona. Funambulous, Circle of Fire next, no moves yet. Then came Mars a bit from So Dazzling, and Loft has been last all of the way. 800 metres to go now, and Double Cherry still 3 lengths clear from Hopeful and Stockman. Now some of the runs starting. Circle of Fire given his head. Verona's given a head as well. Verona goes to 4th. Circle of Fire 5th, wide out. Then came Zagalo. So Dazzling tracking into it from Funambulous. Loft to the outside. Mars a bit's last on the fence of a bunching field. Double Cherry being joined by Hopeful. Stockman under pressure. Verona whipping up on the outside, and 2 for the back to Circle of Fire. Hopeful moved up now. Hopeful takes a narrow lead at the 300 metres from Double Cherry. Then came Verona. Circle of Fire is trying to knuckle down on the outside. Hopeful in front from Double Cherry. Circle of Fire in the middle of the track. Verona's dropped off. Hopeful at the 100. Hopeful in front. Circle of Fire. He's knuckling down now. Circle of Fire over the top. Circle of Fire gun down. Hopeful and Double Cherry third. Followed by So Dazzling, Stockman. A gap back to Zagalo. Then came Loft from Funambulous. Verona dropped out at the end, second last, and Mars a bit, the roughie, finished last.
Lovely win, Kieran. That should top him off for the Sydney Cup in 7 days.
Well, he looked a bit fresh, didn't he? So hopefully that's just what he needed. But super job by the team. Will Bourne, he picked this horse out overseas, and some great clients, long-term stable clients, good mates. I think Dylan won the Sydney Cup last year in similar colours. Hopefully he pulls up well. He looks like he's pulled up pretty good, and he can roll on to next week.
They walked early. Dylan had to really get on his bike. Fair way from home.
Yeah, he did. They made it in a decent stay-in test. And if you look at his credentials overseas, he did have pretty good credentials, and you looked at him before the race, he presented really well, and he hadn't missed any work. His prep's been pretty smooth.
Good luck next week.
Cheers.
Congratulations, still. Beautiful sort of horse. What sort of feel did he give you?
A strong one. Spot on. He's just a monster of an animal. He gives you the best feel in the world, and the problem is in these staying races they want to go that 12.5, 13s, and he just wants to go 11.5, 12. So just getting into a bit of a battle with him, but I was glad I was able to hang on to him as long as I could, and from the half mile, I just had to sort of work with him with that light weight, and he was very tough late.
You're fastly becoming one of those jockeys who seems to be always successful over the longer distances.
Yeah, I know, it's not a bad thing. There's one in November that I wouldn't mind winning as well, so everyone just keep what Corey said in mind, please.
Best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Here you go. The New Zealander, Wits End, the favourite. They're set. And they're racing. Ground Rush immediately taken back from the wide door, and Le Vampire jumped away sharply. The stablemate the years is pretty handy as well, together with Marali, and Wits End is in the firing line with Ducasse on the rails. There's plenty having a pop here for the lead. It looks like Jacob's Time's rolling forward out deep. Well, High Dandy it is. High Dandy's up on the speed, so it's the years just in front from High Dandy, and Le Vampire will have to take a sit now, and Ducasse quickly whipped up on the inside of it, followed by Marali, then Wits End, and over on the inside of Jita. Further back to Kintyre from Firestorm. McHale's down on the fence. Zondi's deeper out. Gold Bullion in the gold cap as well back in the field from Pasima. Cafe Millennium up the rails. Further back then to Tannhauser is third last in the red cap. 2 after Jacob's Time, and Ground Rush sees them all. 7:50 to go, and the years in front by a length and a half to High Dandy. Ducasse third from Le Vampire. Marali the roughie on a 3-wide path. Then came a Jita from Wits End as they go inside the 600 metres now, and Wits End is trying to poke through the middle. Kintyre it's outside. Then came McHale, and Zondi heads the rest into the straight now, and the years coming 3 off the fence, led by 2 on Ducasse. Then came High Dandy, a Jita up the inside with McHale. Le Vampire wider out with Kintyre, making ground in the middle of the ruck now. Firestorm running on at the 250. Ducasse in front by a length. McHale up the inside. Down the outside as Tannhauser is beating up the ground. Ducasse 2 lengths clear from Tannhauser. It's Ducasse in front though, and Ducasse will beat Tannhauser. Kintyre third, Firestorm fourth, then came McHale. A gap back to Le Vampire from Cafe Millennium, then Zondi, Gold Bullion, Jacobs time wide out. A gap to the Years from Pasima, Ajita, High Dandy. Wits End has dropped right out to finish third last from Marali and Ground Rush.
Here comes Michael Freedman. Hopefully the start of a big day.
Yeah, it's always good to get off to a good start. I've always said to my wife, it's at least if you get one up early, you don't go home without a winner. So, no, great thriller, great bunch of people involved, and he's been a horse that's been all around the better colts or the better 3-year-olds. So, coming back to the mile today from the 2000 of the Rosehill Guineas, and thanks to Tommy Berry too, he galloped him for me on Tuesday and took the blinkers off on his recommendation. So, probably owe him one there.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's onwards and upwards now for this horse.
Yeah, look, he's right from day one. He's always given me a good impression, and he's probably been a little bit frustrating at times and probably hampered by a few bad barriers. But he's definitely got his fair share of ability.
You're happy to see this track improving when you look at Wymark and the Derby? Yeah,
look, it's an extraordinary effort by the team here. I was here early this morning and I was convinced. Correct, Corey. I was off for lunch. I was sure we wouldn't be racing, but to get it back in the condition they have and continually improving, it's a huge effort. Great effort.
Good luck in the Derby.
Thank you, mate.
Congratulations, Blake. He's been a little bit frustrating this time round, but you got the best out of him today.
Yes, look, he's interesting horse. He's a bit of a thinker. Michael said Tommy Berry galloped him Tuesday morning and elected to pull the blinkers off him, and who knows, that could have been the winning move. He's a colt. He's back significantly in grade today. That was a big key to get him over the line, but still he had to apply himself, and that's what he did. And full credit to Michael and the team.
Right, well, mate. Well done.
And here is Darren Flindell.
Light is on now. And they're off and racing, and Kenyatta jumped well together with Hippie Dreams by Caddo Girl, and Kind Words are showing good speed along with Bush Girl wide out. It's Bush Girl up on the outside of Kind Words, where Caddo Girl gets a good spot on the outside of Kenyatta. Heaven Bound goes to fifth, 3 wide in the early part, rolling forward. They're followed then by Harlow Mist is out deeper. Now Autumn Angel's about midfield in the early part. Autumn Angel on the outside at Noble Test, Bright Red's off the course. Further back then to Hippie Dreams, Ocean Diva's cast it a little bit deep at this point. Further back then to Ahariri. Well back in the field then is Concello, Last Straw, and Private Legacies last of all. So Bush Girl races to the lead by a half. Heaven Bound goes to second, and Harlow Miss goes to third now. And the trio start to string out a little bit. Waikato Girl next from Kind Words, then came Bright Red. They're followed further back by Autumn Angel in the white nose roller. Then Kenyatta and Good Banter right behind. So Good Banter is only a length off the other equal favourite. Ocean Diva on a wide path is going forward here at the 1,000 metres. A gap to Hippie Dream, Bold Test, Concello, Last Straw, Private Legacy, and Ahariri down on the fences among the tail enders. Inside the 800 metres, Bush Girl leads them up from Heaven Bound, and Harlow Miss 3 wide without cover. They're followed then by, on a wider path there, Waikato Girl, Bright Red, Kind Words tucked away over on the rails. Further back then to Autumn Angel is in the middle of the ruck at the moment. She's somewhat cluttered up, Autumn Angel. Good Banter gets going on the outside together with Ocean Diva. Coming around the corner now, and it's Bush Girl in front from Heaven Bound. Harlow missed under the pump. Then Bright Red. Now pulling out Autumn Angel, and Good Banter's running on really well on the outside. Inside the 300 metres, the runs are coming from everywhere. Good Banter and Autumn Angel wide out. And it's Autumn Angel and Good Banter. They're slogging it out now at the 150. Autumn Angel and Good Banter. Good Banter with the lighter weight, getting the head in front, and Good Banter, the pull on the weights made the difference. Good Banter beat Autumn Angel. Concello up for third, then Kenyatta, followed further back by Kind Words, Private Legacy, Bush Girl, a gap further back to Ahariri, Hippie Dreams, then came Heaven Bound, Bright Red, Harlow Miss, Waikato Girl, a gap to Noble Test, Last Straw, and Ocean Diva.
Well done, John. Staying fillies, they can emerge from nowhere, can't they?
We've always thought really highly of her, from her first trial as a 2-year-old James Roder, and gave her an enormous rap. And I thought most of the Tavistock fillies aren't inclined to stay, but this one, given every indication at her last run that she's going to get a nice trip, and the 53 and got Jamie to ride her was, a special day. And she was supposed to ride second or so. Thank God we got her, because she rode her beautifully, and just the pull on the weights was always going to be important for us late.
You're looking forward to taking on Orchestral and Zardozi next week?
No, I don't know if I will. I think that she's a beautiful filly. She's got a very bright future, but she doesn't need to butt heads with their seasoned champion fillies, And if we just take our time, we might end up in Queensland at a lesser, but albeit a Group 1, up there. And I think the key for her was getting a toe in the ground today. We might even come back and run in a Frank Packer, but we'll discuss that with the owners. And if they said they wanted to run, well, obviously she's a filly in good form, and we'd give her an opportunity.
Great job.
Cheers now.
Congratulations, Jamie. What a win.
She was super. She really surprised me, actually. We had a nice enough run. Then when Autumn Angel kicked, I thought, shit, we're going to run a nice second here. And obviously the weight swing helped, but she was super, and she was going away late as well.
Did she feel like she had enough? Because I just heard John saying he probably won't push on this preparation.
Up to him, he's the boss. But she pulled up with a real level head. If he wanted to push on, I'd push on. If not, he's the boss.
Ride more.
They are racing for $1 million. Many of them never thought they would. Here's the Country Championships for New Haven Park.
Okay, guys, last one's in. Ready? They're off. Bandy's Boy came away a little worse than midfield. Musical Affair, the first one to begin with Oz Star from a wide gate. Asgard is in third position early, and Russley Crown going forward. Bandy's Boy picks up. He lands in fourth position now. They're followed then by Rainbow Connection from Gallant Star, and Listen to the Band caught very wide. Then Associate from A Girl's Best Friend, That's Molly. Sharp Shock in the second half of the field. Tribeca Star way off the track. Rapidash, one of the mares, is third last. Bianco Volano's second last. And the last one is Atmospheric Rock. It's not a fast run Country Championship final. 7:50 left to go. And one of the bolters from the Central West, Musical Affair, in front from Oz Star in second. Russley Crown third. Listen to the Band fourth. Then Bandy's Boy Asgarda. They're followed then by Gallant Star from Rainbow Connection. Tribeca Star way off the track. A Girl's Best Friend cutting the corner. Associate, Sharp Shock, Rapidash. Well back was Atmospheric Rock, That's Molly, and Bianco Volano last on top of the rise. Musical Affair, Bandy's Boy on the inside. Asgarda sprinted at them hard, and the Wagga mare hit the front. Tribeca Star's running on as well, but Asgarda put a break on them at the 150. It's Asgarda in front. Gallant Star second. Tribeca Star has peaked on the run. Asgarda's in front. It's a boil over. Asgarda and Kayla Nisbet have won the Country Championship final. Second went to Gallant Star. Third, that'll go to Rapidash from Bianco Volano. And further back then came Rainbow Connection from Tribeca Star. Atmospheric Rock, Oz Star. Well, Bandy's Boy didn't run on from Musical Affair. Further back to Listen to the Band. Then came Associate, Sharp Shock, Russley Crown, That's Molly, and A Girl's Best Friend, Asgarda.
Doug Gorrell, congratulations. $1 million race at Royal Randwick.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, wow. I just can't believe it, mate. It's a real big thrill. We stable staff and the owners and my family are just the nicest people. They're all here. We got. I don't know how many owners tickets we were allowed to have, but we got 10 times more than we should.
You've got them all in.
They're all here, and mate, can't believe it. We couldn't have her any better. But you still, that Bandy's Boy won a Group 3 last Saturday. You think, geez, he should panel them. There's half a dozen other horses in front of us in the market. So as confident as we were, we had the horse under Nizzy. I didn't expect to win.
Did you go away from Albury happy with what she did there?
Yeah. Both runs at Albury were super. If she didn't suffer a bit of interference in that last run, I reckon she goes close to winning. She certainly runs second, not third. She marked herself a little bit, but it was never a problem. Her last two gallops, the Saturday and the Tuesday leading in this, were her best two gallops in 2 years. My main rider, Anel Gangatina, ex-picnic jockey, she said, Doug, we've got this horse cherry ripe, and she was spot on. She was spot on.
What about Kayla Nisbet?
Yeah, she's pretty good, isn't she? Hey, Niz. She's pretty good.
The entire Niz family too.
Yeah, I just said to Peter, her mum, a lovely mum, I said, well, I'm in the Nisbet family now. I expect Christmas every year.
Yeah. Well, just pan around here. Shani's sister, Mum Peter, Sister Riley, all enjoying this. Before we...
Yeah, my daughter.
Your daughter?
Like Shani's now married to the second best jockey in the Nisbet family. That T-Berry. We'll have Kay Nisbet every day.
Well, here she is.
Congratulations,
the lady of the moment.
What a moment for you.
A huge thrill. I was just saying, we say time and time again, what a great initiative this has been for country participants, but to be able to win it is a huge thrill. It's given all country participants an achievable goal to strive for, and to be able to win it is very exciting.
Take us through the race, because she was dominant late.
She was. Look, she's so easy to ride. She really helps herself. She always bounces well and puts herself up on the speed. Her last couple of runs, I've probably ridden her a bit out of her comfort zone, just because they've been in a little bit ordinary fields, and I haven't wanted to get in behind too many of them. So today, with good speed and a good draw, I knew we were going to get a nice run in behind them, and she just showed an electric turn of foot.
Congratulations, go and enjoy it.
Thanks, Corey. Ta.
For the English size.
We're ready to run. Stormboy, the clear favourite. Good money. And they're racing. Stormboy's jumped out quite well on the outside. A Node was clearly first out from Duvana, Traffic Warden, and Stormboy not showing tremendous muster. Caught wide in the early part with Vianara there, Fearless between them. 3 lengths further back to Manal. Then came Duvana, and Coleman's going to settle last of all. So a Node shows the way from Traffic Warden. Prost on the outside in the pale blue cap. The roughy Vianara rails into 4th. Then came Fearless, and Stormboy is off the track here in a 3-wire position with cover. They're followed further back by Duvana from Manal, and Coleman's last of a bunching field. So I know just in front from Traffic Warden, Prost seeing plenty of daylight. So Stormboy. Then came Vianara behind them on the inside of Fearless. Well back then Duvana from Manal, and Coleman is about 4 lengths off the lead last of all. So what a bunch field here in the English size. And a Node should have a good kick here. It's been a soft lead. A Node swings in front from Traffic Warden. Then came Fearless. Stormboy's been wide, but now McDonald gives the colt the cue. A Node being tackled by Traffic Warden. 2:50 to go. Then Stormboy, Fearless. Manal's winding up on the outside, and Coleman as well. Traffic Warden races to the lead. Stormboy's in trouble. Traffic Warden being joined by Coleman. Manal wide out. It's Traffic Warden. Manal going to Traffic Warden. They're wide apart. They hit it. Oh, Manal's put a bob in. So did Traffic Warden. Tight. Traffic Warden and Manal from Coleman in 3rd. Followed them by Prost, Stormboy. Further back to Fearless, a Node from 2nd last, Duvana and Vianara.
All right, who has won the size? This is so close. There's nothing between them. The blue colours of Traffic Warden. There's Coleman, but here's Manal in the green and white. A lunge coming up. Traffic Warden heads up, heads down. Manal's nose goes down on the line. They're cheering as if she's got the money.
And she has.
Here comes the photo. It is the filly, Manal.
Congratulations, Jace. I know that this horse means a lot to you.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to pick her up in the slipper, and although she didn't win it, it felt like a win. I come back in and I could see the excitement in Michael's eyes and the team. Just, she had an awful gait. So we went in today with confidence. Her work on Tuesday was the same as before going into the slipper. Again, she drew wide, but she was able to overcome it.
The wheels spun a little bit at the top of the straight?
They did. They went early, then they pulled up through the middle. I was sort of trying to hold Coleman in, but he's a big horse and I'm not, so he got out. And I just sort of then had to give her time, rebalance, and then I thought I might only had Coleman to beat, but Traffic Warden was still there, but luckily got her nose down.
It's really special when you've got the family to enjoy it with you.
It is, yeah. I didn't think they were coming today, but then Claire came home from sports with the little one and said, we're going to the races, so yeah, this is awesome.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Well done, Michael.
Thank you, mate.
Describe this filly for me.
Oh, she's outstanding. she's won the gym crack back in the spring. I thought a run in the Widden at the end of January, giving Lady of Camelot 3 kilos on a sort of leaderish track, was terrific. She won the Sweet Embrace. She was a bit stiff in the slipper, and she's won the size. So, I'm full of praise for her, and it's great to have such a really good filly for Emirates and Hussein Lutar that own half the stallion, and he's an exciting stallion, and hopefully we can get a few more of them through.
How did you feel after the slipper? Having been beaten, did you walk away excited for the future?
No, I wouldn't say excited for the future. I was a bit despondent of what might have been. I just have so much faith in this filly, right from the word go. Like, we were doing work with her early in the spring, and she was showing those signs that you like to see of a good early 2-year-old. And just her ability to relax in races and finish them off like she does is such a big attribute.
It was brilliant today. What about a mile?
Look, I think she'll run a mile, whether that's in the Champagne in 2 weeks or we wait and have a look in the spring. I think we'll just let the dust settle before we make any of those decisions. But I think she's got the versatility to run up over a mile, because, as I said, she's just got such a beautiful, relaxed demeanour and gives herself a chance to finish races off.
You love training young horses?
Yeah, I don't mind the older ones either. But, yeah, I do get a bit of a buzz out of the young ones. It's something that, I guess, since I've come back from Asia, I've focused a little more on. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a big thrill.
Well, a slipper and a size, not bad.
Yeah, can't complain.
Territory's the favourite, and we're ready to run. Blindfold off the mare, racing. She's jumped out with them. Marzu's handled the start quite well. This is a good rush for the lead. Bella Nipotina, Coal Crusher there, and Imperatrice settles fourth. Chain of Lightning up the fence, followed then by Aft Cabin. Sunshine in Paris drifts back. Magic Times there on the rails from Johnny Rocker, and I Wish I Win in a 3-wide position, cluttered up. Sunshine in Paris goes back from Willinga Beast. Then came Buenos Noches, and Espionage is last of all. It's Marzu and Coal Crusher. Bella Nipotina splitting the pair in third. Then came Chain of Lightning. Imperatrice in the right spot. Aft Cabin keeping her company, and Zach just moves up on the outside to keep her in a pocket. Imperatrice. I Wish I Win gets onto the back of Aft Cabin, followed then by Johnny Rocker and Magic Time coming into the straight now, and Coal Crusher moved to a narrow lead. Bella Nipotina, it's go time for Bella. Up the inside is Chain of Lightning. Chain of Lightning, the grey, and Bella Nipotina. Magic Time running on. Imperatrice grinding. I Wish I Win is starting to launch his attack, and then came Sunshine in Paris. Chain of Lightning, Bella Nipotina. Chain of Lightning, Bella Nipotina. Chain of Lightning kicking. Chain of Lightning's won the TJ, beating Bella Nipotina and I Wish I Win. Imperatrice close up. Espionage flashing home. Then Sunshine in Paris. Magic Time. Further back to Johnny Rocker from Willinga Beast. Buenos Noches. A gap to the pacemakers. Marzu, Coal Crusher, and Aft Cabin was last to finish.
Chain of Lightning has caused a mini boil over here in the TJ Smith Stakes. A winner last Saturday, or in fact 2 weeks ago, at a last start, launching her into the TJ Smith, and beats the more fancied stablemate I Wish I Win, who's probably going to run third. Chain of Lightning, Bella Nipotina, I Wish I Win, then Imperatrice Espiona. Well done, Stu. I knew there'd be a tear.
Oh, well, I can't help it. It's fairly satisfying, good on you, Corey, when you breed the father, the mother and her.
The whole lot.
It took me 20 years, yeah. It's wonderful.
And you've won a big one at Randwick, one of the biggest, finally. The TJ.
Yeah. I've never had a lot of luck at Randwick, but we did today.
How many Group 1s for you in those colours?
I don't know. In those colours, I think about 5 or 6 that we've raced ourselves, but we've bred quite a few, including a Champ April friend.
And what about your old mate here?
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of luck.
Yeah.
Decent person, too.
I knew he'd be emotional.
Oh, listen, it's hard not to be. Stuart and Trish, foundation clients since the day Sarah and I first kicked off, and to be able to win this race on such a special day, and we thought we might have been out of our depth class-wise, but I think she shocked us a little bit with her courage and her determination. A beautiful ride by Damien. And, it's her first preparation in a few where she's run into a couple of wet tracks. She's won a Group 2 and a Group 1, and she just loves getting that toe into the ground.
Well, you've won 4 TJs now. I think this is the biggest surprise.
Yeah, no, they've all been special, and he was my first boss, and he was one of my first clients, so special to win that race.
And Catherine gets a Group 1.
It's very special for Catherine. Congratulations to her first Group 1 as a trainer, and very special. And we've got Jeff, big part of the team there behind us, and Sarah and the girls at home. It's a big team effort, our crew, and no, it's good.
Yeah, everyone seems very, very happy. And what about the third horse, the other one of yours, I Wish I Win?
I thought he ran super. He probably just peaked on his run the last 50 metres. I thought he was going to win it, and first up off that long break, I thought he was super.
Thank Christ he did knock up. It's taken me 30 years to get on top of Chittick.
That's hard to do. All right, here's Damien Lane.
Congratulations, Damien. She became the forgotten horse with all the big names in the race.
Yeah, and she come in with some really strong form, peaking at the right time, confident she'd handle the ground. So she ticked a lot of boxes. Of course, you're never too confident when you come up against a field like this, but she acquitted herself really well.
Did you always feel the winner?
I did, actually. I just thought that maybe I pressed the button a touch early because I hit the accelerator coming up the rise, and sometimes that's a touch too early here, but she gritted her teeth and knuckled down and did enough, which was, made it good.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Good on you, mate.
And we're ready to go. Another Will, the favourite. They're set. And the big field are on their way. Another Will's jumped out of the gates quite nicely. Palmetto there. Another Will goes forward together with Pericles. And Fearson showing plenty of muster wide out. They're followed by Militarised handy with Lady Laguna. Navajo Peak just behind the leading Clump Court wide. Further back then to Nugget. From Obam Buramai pushing through. Lindeman's wider out, then Detonator Jack, Berkshire Shadow. 2 lengths away to Lock Eagle. Celestial Legend's going to settle well back in the field. 2 lengths to Kovalika from Democracy Manifest. Rustic Steel is last. Fearson from Gate 19 crossed them. He's going to lead easily. It's Fearson out by 2 or 3 lengths from Think About It and Another Will. Racing in second and third, followed by Navajo Peak 3 wide. Followed then by Pericles on the outside of Militarised. A length further back to Lady Laguna from Obam Buramai. Hinged is off the course. Followed then by Palmetto towards the inside. Nugget in the white cap starting a wider run. Lindemann out deep. Well back Berkshire Shadow. Detonator Jack in the yellow jacket coming off the fence. Celestial Legend starting to track into it as they come around the corner. And Think About It moves up to Fearson. Another Will is cruising up on the outside, and now Carset going Another Will going after Think About It. Pericles stays on well. Over on the inside it's Militarised launching his attack, and further back to Obam Buramai. Up the inside Militarised, wide out Pericles and Militarised fighting it out for the moment. Nugget bursting through, and here he is, Celestial Legend, bombing them wide out. Celestial Legend won the Doncaster, nailing, I think, Pericles or Militarised. Then came Nugget. Further back to Detonator Jack, Another Will, Think About It, Palmetto, Obam Buramai from Henge, Lock Eagle, Kovalika. Then came Lindemann from Rustic Steel, Navajo Peak, Fearson, Lady Laguna. Did someone say KFC? Tyler Schiller has just won the Doncaster.
Yes, Les Bridge and Bonho are down here. The family is celebrating a marvellous victory by Celestial Legend in the Doncaster. Les, congratulations, you've done it again.
Done it again.
39 years.
Yep.
Does this get sweeter?
Oh, mate, this is some horse, believe me. It's some horse. I've had a lot of good horses, but this horse is unbelievable.
When did you start to think he was in the race?
The day I bought him.
What about today in the run? When did you think he was going to...
I didn't think he could win. Just unbelievable. Yeah.
Did you start to give up?
I did. I thought he won't get out, and They just don't do that, do they? He's terrific, isn't he? Yeah, he's a superstar.
So it was only late.
Give me a kiss. I took her away on a holiday when she was a little kid. Is that right?
Mandy Cotel, our AAP journalist. You've been covered by a lot of journalists over your years, Les. What do you think they'll be writing about you now?
Want me obituary or what?
No, about you winning your second Doncaster.
I don't know. It's up to you blokes.
When did you start to think that you could realistically win? Was it really late, 50 metres out?
I just love the horse. I felt the same as I did on Everest Day. You get horses like this. I thought I might get one in a lifetime. I keep getting them. I can't work it out.
Did you think he had improved since the Randwick Guineas?
I knew he hadn't gone backwards.
Right.
I didn't want to give him another hard run because he had a terrible hard run in that mile. So just give him a nice tick over trial.
And Tyler Schiller's done it for you.
Yeah, Tyler Schiller.
Go and enjoy it, Les.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Ho, congratulations.
Thank you.
A Doncaster, one of our most famous races.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. I think we're fortunate. We're fortunate to have this good horse and have the luck of the run as well. So
Les was saying that he didn't think the horse could win today where he was.
That's right.
What were you thinking?
I was slightly worried. Up to about 200, 150. His horse is all in front of him, and fortunately he got a gap, and it just take about 100 for him to take them all over.
And that's all he needed, a gap.
Just about 100. Yeah.
Go and lead the horse in, Mr. Ho. They're taking you away from me.
Congratulations, Tyler. That must feel really well, mate.
The last 200, I just wanted the post to come because I knew he was quickening, and geez, he's got a great turn of foot. He showed it in his track work when I rode him, and when I got him to the outside of Godolphin's horse, he just surged underneath me, and I thought I was going to get there. It was just a matter of time, and with the lightweight, I was very glad I could make it because he's well and truly worth it.
What were the thoughts when you're straight for home and you had a wall of horses in front of you?
I didn't think I was going to get out, to be honest. I just jammed him into a gap, and he was brave enough to take it, so I was very grateful for the owners' connections and Les on a great training performance. For a horse to be that brave, they're 1 in a million, and to do it at top level, he's a bloody good colt.
Well done. Go and enjoy it, mate.
Thank you.
Rocket the favourite, ready now for the Derby. 2,400 metres ahead of them. Racing now, Zenmaster squeezed out at the start, and off the inside Gambare jumped well. Glad you think so, given a wind up, and Wymark's going forward together with Adagio, so the pace all right early. Cap Parra settles fifth in advance of Tom Kidd, and then came Chaya Wolf immediacy. Both on the inside, Noisy Boy, the favourite Riff Rocket, third last from Zenmaster, and Hooligan Tommy's last of all. So Glad You Think So is going to gallop them to the front at the 2,000 metres by a length on the informed Wymark. Gambare took the sit in third, and Tom Kidden parks three back the inside of Adagio. Now taking off on the outside, or slowly moving forward, is Immediacy. Just plodding a little bit though at the moment. On the outside of Cap Ferrara and Noisy Boy buried down on the fence. 2 lengths for the back to Chaya Wolf in the running line. Half the inside Zenmaster, then came Riff Rocket and Hooligan Tommy last. A mile to go, and Glad You Think So in front here in the hands of Rachel King, led by two Wymark and Gambare, and Adagio in fourth position, peeling 3 wide now at this point. So Regan Bayliss is taking closer order. The stablemate Gambare's locked up behind them, so Adagio rolls forward now and will sit outside Glad You Think So. Wymark retains cover now in third position, clear from Gambare. Then came Immediacy, Tom Kidd in midfield the fence, a length and a half to Cap Ferrara. Then came Noisy Boy, a length further back to Chaya Wolf Zenmaster. The hot favourite Riff Rocket is still second last at this point, and 2 lengths away to Hooligan Tommy. 1,000 to go now. Glad You Think So leads by 2 lengths. Adagio, who improved his position at the halfway mark, is a clear second now. 3 lengths away to Wymark. The pace is pretty genuine here. They're well strung out. Gambare in fourth. Now Hieronymus off the fence there on Tom Kidden, trying to improve at this point. And on the outside is Immediacy, just keeping him in a pocket. Then Noisy Boy from Cap Ferrara, Chaya Wolf, and Riff Rocket's going up the inside, so he's He's going to need a bit of luck, the favourite, as they come around the turn. Glad You Think So, 2 lengths clear from Adagio. A gap back then to Wymark under plenty of pressure. Then came Gambare. Riff Rocket slicing through the pack. He's got the run now, if good enough. Glad You Think So, a dominant leader at the 250, but Riff Rocket's eating up the ground, and here's Cheowolf. Cheowolf wide out, coming with a big run. Riff Rocket through the middle. Cheowolf wide out. It's Riff Rocket and Cheowolf in a great derby finish. Riff Rocket, Cheowolf, nothing in this. Riff Rocket just in front, clings on. Riff Rocket beat Cheowolf. Glad You Think So, third than Tom Kidden. Then came Immediacy from Wymark Cap Ferrar. A gap back to Noisy Boy, Gambare, Adagio, and a long back break to the roughies there. Zen Master and Hooligan Tommy. He's done it. Riff Rocket.
Riff Rocket joins 3 elite 3-year-olds as the winner of a Victoria and an Australian Derby. He joins Dulcify, Mahogany and Hitotsu. And here's the 4th, Riff Rocket. And it gives Chris Waller his 160th Group 1 win, but more importantly, a race here in Sydney that he's never won. Going into this race, there are 2 races that have eluded Chris Waller, the Canterbury Stakes and the Derby. Well, now it's down to 1. The Derby, it's quite incredible. In 160 Group 1s, this is one of the races that has eluded Chris Waller. Well, he can mark it off the list, just like Gay did with Major Bill. It took her a hell of a long time to win her first Derby, and she did that with Adrian. But Chris Waller will be a proud man today. Riff Rocket, James McDonald beats Cheowolf, and they cleared away, Ronnie.
Yeah, it was a good contest. He just got trucking at the 800 metre mark there, and he wanted to save ground in these staying races, McDonald, and that's what made the difference, where Cheowolf had to circle and do the work, and he just got travelling so well. So a worthy winner, a good horse who's done a fantastic job in his short career to date, and he's still an improver, Cheowolf. Don't mark him down on that. Beaten by a pretty seasoned horse, so a gap to 3rd.
Yeah, I thought it was a terrific win, Ronnie. Like, getting back to where he was, and the race is quite muddling back around the 1400 metre mark, mile mark, and there were a lot of horses up on heels, but he seemed to drop his head and get really comfortable from the half mile through. But once the splits come to the top of the straight there, once he got his way through them, he was electric through the line.
Numbers going up. 1, the winner, Riff Rocket. 2nd home, number 3, Cheowolf. 3rd home, number 9, Glad You Think So. What a great front-running ride by Rachel King, and 2, Tom Kitten has run 4th. 2:33.45 they've run the Derby in. 37.43. Come over here, Deb. He's got another Derby, James McDonald, and he's won his 93rd Group 1 in the process. Deb, congratulations.
Thank you. This is phenomenal. I don't really know what else to say. James, I know.
James just said more money for the Winx filly to buy her back.
Oh, look. No,
she's got to come home, James.
It's an Oxton. But this is absolutely fabulous. This horse, to do what he did today, he was slipping and sliding. He jumped out and he slid as he jumped out. And then you could see him over the back, slipping as he's trying to come through. He doesn't give in. He's got a heart like Winx.
Have you heard of Dulcify and Mahogany and Hitotsu? Your horse becomes the 4th horse in history to complete the double, and with those famous names.
I know, and that Cerise didn't. No, look, that's very important. History is what you go for. It's all written there. And to see him do this is just unbelievable. We just didn't know that we had an animal like that. And this genius man here, without him, I don't know what we'd be up to.
Well, guess what, Deb? Your horse has just given this man his first Australian Derby. One of 2 races that have eluded you. You've won a Victoria Derby, and you've done it a couple of times now, but your hometown Derby.
Pretty special. Yeah, simple as that. And these guys were here before I had the first Group 1 winner, so
Yeah, it's fitting, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I don't cry as much as I used to, but this one's pretty special.
But it should be special.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, racing special. Just racing today. 5 o'clock this morning didn't look good, did it?
Not at all. You're going to have to wait a week to win a derby.
So the team at Randwick have done an amazing job. James has done a great job, and my team, they were there in the pouring rain the last few days. Do a great job.
You think he's a stayer now? You were still umming and ahhing whether you'd run a mile and a half.
With good rides like that, it's a big help.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
And here he is with Corey. Well done.
Well done, J-Mac. How tough is this horse?
Oh, you'd love him with war. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's as solid as a rock. He doesn't know how to run badly. I want to say he's just got a fantastic will to win, but he's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
We have a concern.
I was at the 300 because he didn't spend a penny getting there, but I could feel he was out on his feet. Like the distance range is as far as he wants. So the will to win, tenacity to final line is incredible.
Great training effort. You know, Victoria Derby, now Sydney Derby.
He does it all the time, doesn't he? He's a master. But yeah, it's good to be riding for him.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
And we're ready to go. They're set. Take 2 of the last race. Gates are back now, and they're off and racing. And Isthmus jumped okay. Chris Dilley bounded out of the gates, and Fasile showing great speed. And Fasile's going to lead from Chris Dilley. Wester Dolby rails through into third early, and Miraval Rose is right there with Isthmus deep out. Then came Platinum Jubilee, Commemorative buried between runners. Further back to French Endeavour. Then came Infancy from Pajati, Cigar Flick, Unique Ambition, Count Your Blessings, and August Blooms last of all. Fasile leads the way, a half on Chris Dilley. Isthmus out wide, together with Platinum Jubilee. Then came Wester Dolby, buried on the fence, Commemorative between horses. 3/4 then to Miraval Rose, moving up 3 wide. Infancy deeper out, and French Endeavour's back on the rails, coming around the corner, and Fasile in front by a length and a half to Chris Dilley. Isthmus, then Platinum Jubilee, Wester Dolby, Commemorative, looking for gaps there. It's Fasile, a good leader at the 250. Fasile 2 in front, 2 Chris Dilley holding second at the moment. Commemorative out, Infancy's coming down the outside. It's Fasile, a good leader. French Endeavour up the inside. Infancy wide out. Fasile in front, 50 out. Infancy goes to it, but Fasile, big day, Tyler Schiller. Fasile a half head on the line to Infancy. French Endeavour third, followed by Commemorative. Then came August Bloom from Cigar Flick, Chris Dilley, Miraval Rose. Further back to Unique Ambition, Count Your Blessings, Pajati, a good gap back to Isthmus, Platinum Jubilee, and Wester Dolby was last in.
Fasile wins the last. Yes, Tyler Schiller, Doncaster winning jockey now, rides the last winner for Gerald Ryan and Sterling Alexia with the blinkers on first time. Pinched a break and then had one big problem, and that was Infancy, who beat her last time, but she held on. There's the post, and it's about a long head. Fasile beats Infancy, French Endeavour and Commemorative.
Yeah, well, that was a gift. They just handed the lead to her in a 1,200 metre race there. She settled with blinkers and was always going to sprint home too well for that lot. She was huge, Infancy, hitting the line like that. Probably wanted more speed on French Endeavour, but still did a really good job. But and the two favourites, the other favourites, I'd say, were disappointing. They were in striking distance on the point of the turn, and their finishing effort left a little bit to be desired. But all honest, she's always been a filly with talent, and the blinkers on, and just finding the soft lead there today certainly made the difference.
Okay, Gerald Ryan is joining us. Gee, that must give you a lot of relief.
It does. A lot of satisfaction. Trained the mum, trained the father. She's always promised a lot. Some couple of good fillies have beaten her in those races as a 2-year-old. She's had the setback with a chip. Probably trained her too hard in the spring, trying to make her run 1400, and then after her second run here when she missed the start and she was not 100% happy, I said to the crew, we'll just freshen her up and aim at this race and whack the blinkers on and see how we go.
She skipped away and she was going to take some running down.
Yeah, well, Tyler was confident. He come out Tuesday week ago and rode her and a jump out and rode the other 2 fillies. We had the 3 fillies in it in work, and I gave him his pick, and he picked her 10 days ago, so we're happy with it.
He's riding well, and he's a good judge.
Good judge. We gave him his first provincial winner when he come from the country.
Yeah.
He gave Sterling his first city winner when Sterling and I joined up together, and I've been a big fan of Tyler ever since he's a 4 kilo kid up around the bush.
Now he's a Doncaster winning jockey.
Well, 3-time Group 1 winner jockey in about 6 months.
Hey, that must give you a lot. You've probably done it many times, trained the father and the mother. That must give you a lot of satisfaction too.
Yeah, it does give us a lot of satisfaction. Her mother was difficult. She won a stakes race here as on Everest Day and never won another race. She was very difficult, and we've had quite a few out of the family, and Bert Pereira bred it, put us through the sales, never told anyone we were interested in it, and a couple of the crew that joined after we brought her, we paid $400,000 for her. Well, they were bidding on her, and they jumped in shares with her, TFI and also Benny Fasile. They liked her and they jumped in with us. So that was great. It was great satisfaction. Yeah, valuable filly now.
Yeah, PJ Bill, fantastic. Good on you.
Thanks, mate.
And here he is. What a day. What a day, Corey.
Well done, Tyler. That just tops off a great day, mate.
Yeah, it makes a good day even better, and good to win on her last start. She was a little bit tardy away. She's a bit of a temperamental mare, and to get a group win on the board for her, I think it's a big credit for her. The team's done well with her, Gerald and Sterling's team, and I thought she gave a really good kick up the rise, and I was surprised that one actually got that close to her, but she was strong through the line.
It's easy when they leave you alone like that.
Yeah, for sure. I felt like I got her pretty comfortably, and she travelled up underneath me really well, so for her to quicken like that, got Dylan on the post.
Congrats on a great day, mate.
Thank you.
Ask him about the KFC, because Flindell is he's obsessed with this. He had to give up KFC to get down to ride Celestial Legend.
Will you get the 3-piece feed or the bucket tonight?
I don't think I'll be having KFC, but I'll be having whatever Mr. Ho has. So I'm very, very grateful to get...
Good answer.
Thanks.
I forgot Mr. Ho shouting.